An interesting textual issue in Hebrews 4, verse 2. Welcome back to Biblical Greek Tidbits. While reading through the Greek text of Hebrews, I came across an interesting textual issue in Hebrews 4, verse 2. It has to do with two forms of a Greek word that yield two different meanings depending on the inflection of the variants. The different inflections occur because they modify different words in the verse. Before going into details, I first list the references used for this presentation. Later, I provide the BDAG definitions, see reference 9, of the relevant verb form and also the parsings of the two variants near the end of this presentation. Here's a list of references used for this presentation. If you want to take a closer look, just pause the video. Hebrews 4, verse 2, variant 1. Kegar esmen evangelismeni kathaper kakini, aluk ophelisen alagastis akais ekinus mi synkekerosmenus ti pisti tis akusasin. English translation: For good news came to us just as to them, but the message they heard did not benefit them because they were not united by faith with those who listened. Here, the meaning of the verse is that the hearers did not benefit from the hearing of the message, that is, the word, because they were not united with the faith of those who truly listened. We see that the word synkekerosmenus modifies ekinus, that is, those who did not benefit from the message. There were those, most Israelites, who only heard the words, and those, Moses, Caleb, and Joshua, who truly listened by faith. The external manuscript evidence for synkekerosmenus is very strong and includes papyrus fragments 13 and 46, in addition to uncials A, B, and C. Papyrus 13 is a 3rd or 4th century AD fragment, and Papyrus 46 is dated around 200 AD, one of the oldest papyrus manuscripts in existence. Uncial A, Codex Alexandrinus, is dated in the 5th century AD. Uncial B, Codex Vaticanus, is dated in the 4th century AD, and Uncial C, Codex Ephremi Rescriptus, is dated in the 5th century AD. Hebrews 4, verse 2, variant 2. Kegar esmen evangelismeni kathaper kakini, aluk ophelisen alagos tis akais ekinus mi synkekerosmenos ti pisti tis akusasin. English translation: For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. KJV translation. Here we see that synkekerosmenos modifies logos, and therefore the verse means that just hearing the word, since it was not united or mixed with faith, did not profit the hearers. Some scholars object to this reading on the ground that it is strange that ekinus and tis akusasin are applied to the same persons. See the full discussion of these variants by Westcott, pages 93 to 94, reference 6. The external manuscript evidence for synkekerosmenos is much inferior to that of variant 1. The manuscript evidence does include Uncial Aleph, Codex Sinaiticus, which is a 4th century AD codex, but this reading is not supported by any other early Greek manuscript. It is supported, however, by two early versions, a 5th century Latin version and a Syriac version, 4th to 5th century AD. The Syriac version is known as the Peshitta. Bruce Metzger believes that seeing Kekeros Menus is the reading that is most difficult and best explains the origin of other alternatives. The most difficult reading, all other things being equal, is to be preferred. See the discussion by Metzger on page 595, reference 7. BDAG definitions and parsings. Seeing Keronomy is the lexical form of the variants seeing Kekeros Menus and seeing Kekeros Menos found in the Greek manuscripts of Hebrews 4 verse 2. From BDAG reference 9 we find the following definitions of seeing Keronomy. Definition 1, to bring about a blend by mixing various items. Blend, unite. Definition 2, to effect a harmonious unit. Compose. From the context, it seems that definition 1 is the more appropriate definition for this passage. The following is a parsing of the two variants. Seeing Kekeros Menus, perfect passive participle, masculine, accusative, plural, modifying ekinus, that is to say it matches the gender, case, and number of its antecedent. Seeing Kekeros Menos, perfect passive participle, masculine, nominative, singular, modifying logos. It matches the gender, case, and number of its antecedent. Some final remarks. It is interesting to note that the majority text of Hodges and Farstad and the Byzantine text of Robinson and Pierpont, see references 4 and 5 respectively, differ from the Textus Receptus at Hebrews 4 verse 2. Instead, they adopt the same text for this verse as that adopted by the United Bible Society's 5th Revised Edition, which is the same text as the 28th edition of the Nestle Aland text. See references 1 and 2. The NRSV, ESV, TNIV, NJB, NLT, HCSB, NJB, and NET give readings based on variant 1. The KJV, NKJV, RSV, NASB, NIV, NEB, NAB, and REB give readings based on variant 2. Translations that adopt a reading based on variant 1 usually have a marginal note regarding a reading based on variant 2 and vice versa. I do not claim to know the correct original reading for Hebrews 4 verse 2. However, it is clear that no Christian doctrine is at stake regardless of the reading chosen. Both variants make good sense to me. Thank you for viewing this presentation. As usual, I defer to real scholars on all matters of biblical Greek.